What's up, my people? You're in the place for Triple D Conversation. My name is Tristan Deves, and today we're going to be showing you how you can get triple Doom Kings on the fields, or you can go for a super control variant and get your Ragnarok, your Kali Yuga, and your King Caesar. So without further ado, let's begin. For this deck profile, you're going to need a total of 10 cards. You're going to get that Swell Slime, you're going to have the Ragnarok, and you're going to have the Kepler. Now, these are going to be your 3 key cards that are going to go in your hand at the start. You're also going to need yourself a contract with the gate. You're going to need a Before Mat, a Necro Slime, another Kepler, another Ragnarok, a Lamia, and a Dark Contract with the Swamp King. In your extra deck, you're going to need to start off with that Flame High King Genghis, a DDD Wave King Caesar, a Marksman King Tell, a shifted name Abyss King Gilgamesh, a no-named Gilgamesh, and a DDD Flame King Genghis. Depending on what your opponent has already set, or depending on what you are wanting to play, you have the choice between those 3 control variants, or you can even just show off and summon those triple Doom Kings to the field. To start off with, we're going to use Swell Slime and Ragnarok, and that's going to special summon for High King Genghis. Once High King Genghis hits the field, normal summon your Kepler, trigger this as Chain Link 1 so you can add that gate to your hands. You're then going to activate High King Genghis to protect the chain, and it's going to summon that Ragnarok. So you've got Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2. Once you've got that, gate's going to activate its effect, searching for your Before Mat. Once Before Mat's been searched, you can then banish your Swell Slime, so it goes to the banish zone. You can then special summon Before Mat, and then when Before Mat hits the field, you're going to use it to activate its effect, changing Kepler to level 4. Once you've got level 4, you're going to overlay, going into Wave King Caesar, and then we're going to go straight away into Marksman King Tell. Now when Marksman King Tell hits the field, send it away with the Ragnarok. Ragnarok's going to go on top of your extra deck, and then Marksman King Tell is going to go to the grave. Now, as soon as that happens, you've obviously got your Gilgamesh, but you're not going to activate Gilgamesh's Chain Link 1. Because Marksman King Tell hit the grave, you get to send a DDD card from your deck to the grave. That's going to be your Necro Slime. So Necro Slime hits the grave. Then you can activate your Gilgamesh by paying 1,000 life points, and you can set your pendulum zones with a Savant Kepler and a Ragnarok. Now the reason we do this is because we've got a pendulum scale of 5 to 10. Savant Kepler at this point does not need to be Savant Kepler, but due to consistency, it's always better just to have your pendulum scale of 10 or anything above 8 as being Kepler in general. So that's then going to pendulum summon your Ragnarok from earlier back to the field, and it's going to activate its effect to special summon your Marksman King Tell. Marksman King Tell and Gilgamesh are now going to go together, special summoning your second Gilgamesh. Now as Gilgamesh is summoned, you've got a Chain Link 1 here with Marksman King Tell, sending to the grave your Lamia. When Lamia is sent to the grave, you then have a Chain Link 2 of your Ragnarok. Because you summoned a Gilgamesh, you're going to be able to activate Ragnarok's effect, and that's going to special summon from your graveyard a Caesar. At this point, you actually get the chain block of the Lamia going to the grave, which is absolutely fantastic. And in order to continue your combo, you're going to need to do so. And go for your fusion summon, so Necro Slime and Gilgamesh is going to go to the banish zone, and you're going to be able to get Flame King Genghis on the fields, and now you have enough for game if your opponent doesn't have a board to play. So now you've set up the majority of your fields, you have to choose whether you're going to go for the show-off triple Doom Kings, or you're going to go for your absolute control deck, and you're going to just stop your opponent from playing Yu-Gi-Oh! So showing first, we're going to go for the triple Doom Kings, and what we're going to do is quite simple. Firstly, you're going to use Lamia to special summon itself to the field. You're then going to send to the grave your Wave King Caesar. When Wave King Caesar is sent to the grave, it's going to activate its effect, bringing to your hands a Dark Contract with the Swamp King. Now Chain Link 2 to the Lamia summon, you're going to be able to activate Flame King Genghis' effect, which is then going to summon a Before Mat from the grave. Before Mat's going to activate its effect, turning Lamia into a level 4 tuner plus a level 6. It's going to go for the Bright King Armageddon. Lamia at this point is going to be banished due to the fact it's already activated its effect from the grave. You're then going to go for High King Genghis and Ragnarok into your Doom King Armageddon. And then you're going to activate the contracts with the Swamp King, and you're going to use pretty much any materials in your grave to go about bringing about your Purple King Armageddon. Now, I at this point actually prefer to use the 2 Xyzs. However, if you want the recursion from Marksman King Tell or Wave King Caesar, you can actually go for one of the other 2. So it's entirely up to you. I'm going to go for my Xyzs to get rid of those 2, and I've still got the Flame King Genghis just to bounce back and resummon some more monsters in the future. But that's then going to summon to your fields a Purple Armageddon. And there you have it. There's your show-off strategy when you want to get all 3 Doom Kings onto the field. Now, instead of the show-off approach, you've decided to go for an actual control strategy. You're going to go for your Ragnarok, you're going to get the Caesar, you're going to get the LiQWYD onto the field. Now, what you're going to want to do here is you're going to want to do exactly the same strategy to begin with. Get that Lamia on the field, get that Wave King Caesar to the grave, add yourself that contract with the gate to the hand, which is going to bring about your Before Met once again. Before Met is going to activate its effect, and instead of turning this to level 4, it's going to turn it to level 6. So you can overlay into another Xyz, and you now have your Wave High King Caesar. Now, this is one of my favorite control pieces of all of the DDDs, and it's the reason that I'm running my new deck the way I'm running it. The whole thing is basically a turbo this guy out, and I think it's better than anything I've ever seen. Once you got into High King Caesar, you can now use contract with the Swamp King because you have an extra field space. You're going to get rid of your 2 triple Ds in the grave, absolutely banish them, get that Ragnarok on the field. You're then going to go into the double over, and you now have your LiQWYD. This is a very nice control format, but you have to remember that even though LiQWYD is now on the field, you don't get the attack boost from your Ragnarok. So in actual fact, getting that LiQWYD on the field is actually going to stop your plays. So sometimes you're better off forgetting about LiQWYD and just going for these 2. If there is a monster already on your opponent's side of the field, use Ragnarok's effects, get rid of your Before Met, send it to the grave, and instead you're actually now going to banish your opponent's monster so you can attack over for game. And that's everything I've got to show you today, guys. I hope you had a great time watching this video. I hope you've learned something, and if there's one of these strategies that to you stands out way more than the other, please let me know in the comments down below. If there's a better strategy to get these out, I would love to see it. If there's a better strategy we can do with these 3, I'd also love to see that too. And with that all being said, I'm absolutely done for today, and I'll see you in the next video.